Hey everyone, KitaSean here, so welcome back to another Fate Grand Order video. So we are in a different location right now. I'm actually visiting family here in Osaka, Japan. We were getting caught up, we went out to dinner and stuff like that, thus making this video come out a little bit late here. But we're here, we're going to talk about the day 3 buffs that got revealed a couple hours ago. And the 5-star rider is Iskandar. He's actually my favorite male servant in the Type Moon universe in FGO, so I'm very, very happy that he got a buff, especially on his first skill, which really needed a buff. We'll talk about that in a bit, but Nitocris also gets a buff here, the swimsuit version. So yeah, this is actually a little bit surprising. Was not expecting her to get a buff, but her MP is fixed basically. We'll get to that in a bit. Like it's really fixed, which is actually really, really awesome. But starting off with Iskandar here. So originally his first skill was just very vanilla FGO. I mean, yeah, he came out a little later as a servant, but his first skill was just very vanilla. It was just a charisma, attack up for 10 to 20%. And for a 5-star servant, that's pretty weak, right? So I was hoping that they would increase the charisma there to maybe at least 30%, but they kept it at 20%, and they added on ignore defense to the party, and also added on a battery 20 to 30%. So the battery is nice because he never had one. This obviously helps him in Buster teams like Buster looping and stuff like that. I don't know if he can loop just yet. I gotta test that out, but the ignore defense, obviously that's not gonna really help out when it comes to looping, because there aren't really any farmable quests that have like increased defense and stuff like that, if I'm not mistaken. But for challenge stuff, challenge quests, I think this is going to be pretty solid, or like boss fights and stuff like that. So yeah, I think this is actually a pretty solid buff for his first skill. Obviously, it's not something that's like amazing or anything like that, but I do think this is definitely a first step for his first skill to get buff. Like literally, it was just a really bad charisma. So to have a battery now and to also ignore defense is, I think, a huge plus for Iskandar. I do think a few things need to be changed on his other skills and maybe his MP, but other than that, I think this is a pretty nice buff for Iskandar. Now let's go to Nitocris. Nitocris is actually a very interesting one here. So originally Nitocris, she actually is a really strong servant. Her problem was that her MP, the chance to instant kill, activated before the MP hits, so it doesn't allow her to loop. She actually had some really good MP gain, but they changed that. They now gave they now changed the insta death after the MP hits. So obviously, she can actually now gain MP with her MP so that she can start looping, which is actually really awesome. Obviously, the MP upgrade gives more damage to the MP. She also now has inflict skill seal for 1 turn to all enemies, and I think increased chance to 60 to 100% for the insta kill, if I'm not mistaken, on the overcharge. So yeah, and also apply seaside effect to the battlefield for 5 turns. Obviously, she's a summer servant, so it's going to benefit her. It's going to benefit any other servant that has some kind of seaside effect. So yeah, this is a huge upgrade to her MP. Again, she's been a great looper. It's just that insta kill was before the MP hit, but now again that's after. So she's gonna be a very solid looper if you want to use her as a looper for Arts Assassins. So excuse me. So yeah, I think this is a huge buff for Nitocris here. So Yeah, this is amazing to see Nitocris get a buff. I mean, they've been changing the what do you call it, the insta kill to after the MP hits for other servants, but for some reason they left Nitocris untouched until now. So yeah, pretty good buff. But that's basically going to be about it. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about these buffs, and I will see you guys in the next one. Laters.